Howdy folks, Tyler with Mac Graphics here. In this quick video, I'm going to show you how to thicken the borders of basically any border boundary you have here in MG Maps. This same process applies to other line-based layers such as roads or rivers. To begin, I'm going to go ahead and just expand the boundaries layer here, and I'm going to thicken up the counties borders just for the example here. Given by default the colors for counties are set to black, I'm just going to keep it that way. In order to thicken them, you're going to want to click on stroke to add stroke to this particular layer. Make sure it's set to center. Make sure the opacity is set to 100%. I think I had 6 pixels here by default. For me, that's way too much, but if that floats your boat, cool. Otherwise, you can increase it or decrease it. Decreasing will lower the thickness of the borders, while increasing the thickness will, of course, increase the thickness of the borders. I think, for example, here we can set that to 3. Same thing would apply to the state borders. We can go ahead and adjust the rivers here real quick, and it's going to increase the opacity to 100% so they're easier to see. And I'm also going to disable the counties from visibility right now just so we can see what we're working with. So I'm going to go ahead and expand the rivers layer here real quick. Because the rivers are a different color from the states, I'm going to go ahead and copy this color here. To copy it, you can just click on the little color swath there. Down here is a color code. You can just copy that code. Going to do the same thing that we just did with the counties and add a stroke real quick by clicking here. Make sure the opacity is 100%. Click on the fill color little dude here. Paste the color I just copied. I click OK. So I added 2 pixels. Let's go ahead and boost that to 5 pixels, 6 pixels, just for the example. And you can see that's a very noticeable difference. Of course, you might only need a couple pixels increased just to help with visibility, but again, for the purpose of the tutorial, we added 6, and that's a pretty fat number. Let's go ahead and do the roads real quick. I'm going to disable the rivers just so we can see the roads now easily. Go ahead and expand the roads. This is set to 80% opacity by default, I believe. If you want to thicken them, it probably means you want to see them better, so let's just boost this to 100% opacity, the whole group, and then click on the roads layer inside the roads group. This is also a different color layer, so I'm going to copy the color of the roads layer down here. Click on stroke, change the stroke position to center, make sure the opacity is 100. Click the color, paste that red color down there. You can already see it's a pretty substantial difference. Again, you can adjust the size of pixels up here to increase or decrease the thickness. I'm going to keep that 2 pixels just for the sake of the tutorial. Those are very visible now. Let's go ahead and enable the counties again. But yeah, I think that basically goes over what I wanted to go over. Now you know how to thicken basically any line-based layer in MG Maps pretty quickly.